Today, the Freeport Community Library is going to show you how to make your very own felt taco cord keeper. You're going to get a needle and some green felt, thread, and felt pieces in brown, red, yellow, and green. The first thing you're going to do is cut out the paper pattern templates for the taco shell, beef, tomato, cheese, and lettuce. Next, you're going to place each cutout paper pattern over the coordinating felt and either trace with a marker or chalk or use the needle to hold the template in place and cut around the pattern. As you can see in our video here, we're using the needle to hold the pattern in place on the lettuce, and then we cut around with scissors. The lettuce pieces are going to have a little wave on one side that you'll have to cut out with the scissors, and this is because the lettuce sticks out a little bit from one end of the taco. Next, you're going to cut out your beef or bean piece. So you're going to take your beef or bean paper template, you're going to take your needle and attach it to your brown piece of felt, and then you're going to cut it out. For your taco kit, you're going to be cutting out 2 pieces of tomato, 2 pieces of cheese, 2 pieces of lettuce, but you're only going to be cutting out 1 piece of bean or beef because that sits right in the middle of the taco. So next we're going to cut out 1 piece of our tomato. Again, we're using our needle to attach it to the felt. It really is the easiest way. Now, since you need 2 pieces of tomato, you're going to want to make sure if you have 1 piece of felt, 1 bigger piece of felt, you're going to want to make sure you leave enough room to cut out 2 pieces of your tomato. You may have 2 pieces of felt already separated to cut your pieces from. All right, now we're going to cut out our cheese. And as you can see in the video, this kit has 2 smaller pieces of the cheese. And again, this is a really great time to use that needle to attach your template to the felt because you don't have a lot of room to trace it on these pieces. Now that you've got your beef or beans, your lettuce, your tomato, and your cheese cut out, now you're going to take your taco shell template, attach that to your yellow felt, and you're going to cut all around that to make your actual taco. When you're finished cutting out your taco shell, you're going to go ahead and fold it in half lengthwise. Make a good seam. And the reason you're doing this is because it's going to help you to cut along the 2 little slits that are on the template. So those 2 little lines are where you're going to cut to make an opening to tuck the flap in when you close the taco. So once you've folded it and cut those, unfold it, and then you might have to make it a little bit bigger with your scissors. Now you're going to lay out all of your cutout fillings on your open taco shell according to the pattern listed in the instructions. Make sure the felt pieces stick out a little past the edge of the taco shell, and that way they will be visible when the taco is closed. You have some thread that's in your kit. So next you're going to take a bunch of your thread, and after tying a knot in one end, you're going to go ahead and thread it through your needle. Next, you're going to start sewing all around the taco shell. There is a pattern in your instructions that shows you exactly where to sew. So we sewed in a circle shape just inside the edge of the taco. And you really want to make sure you get every piece on the edge sewn. So your lettuce, your cheese, your tomato, your beef. So the cheese and tomato and beef, they're all gonna be sewn just on their edges, on their ends. But when you sew the lettuce, because it's on the edge of the taco, you're gonna go all the way down the length of the lettuce when you get to that. We sped up this video just to save some time, but we suggest you being careful and taking your time when you're sewing with the needle, because you don't want to hurt your fingers with it. Now that you're doing the lettuce, like I said before, you're gonna sew all along the length of the lettuce, making sure you leave some of it sticking out the edge so you can see it when the taco is closed. Now that we're finishing up sewing all around the edge of the taco in a circle shape, now you're going to follow the instructions like the pattern says, the sewing pattern, and now you're going to use your needle and thread to sew right down the middle. And this is so your filling pieces, your cheese and your tomato and everything, that's so your filling pieces stay flat and pressed against your taco shell and not loose. So that's why you want to sew all the way down the middle. All right, and once you get to the very end, you're going to sew through the same exact hole 3 or 4 times in a row, and that will keep the thread from unraveling. Then you close up your taco by putting the flap in the little slits, and there you have your taco cord holder.